We are going to start this crochet project with our waist or our waistline. So we are going to start with a loop. I'm going to go around and I go under there and I pull through. So that counts as our first loop. So now we're going to add 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then we are going to chain 1. Just gonna come in a little bit more so you can see better. Chain 1, chain 1, and we are going to go back with the single stitch. So a single stitch, you just immediately go into the next row. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If you are a complete beginner, you need to remember to crochet in the last row and also to mark this as your last loop so that you keep the consistency, and the line going straight. So we are going to chain 1 here and turn around, and we are going to crochet in the back loops. So we chained 1 and we go back into the back loop, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it helps to count these if you are just a beginner. There's our 6, and I'm going to chain 1 and we're going to go back. So we are going to do this until we are happy with the length. So I'm going to do 118 rows. So a row is like this, 1, 2. Now I'm on to the 3rd row. So I'm going to do 118, and I am a size medium to large. If you are a small, you can do about 100 to 105. Chain 1 and go back. So that's 1, 2 and 3. So we go back and chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we chain 1. So like I said, I'm going to do this 118 times. I will try and put all the rows for all the other sizes in this on the screen or in the captions. So I'm going to finish this off of camera, and this is where you can pause and continue and measure the waistline until a size that you are satisfied with. So this is the row of the waistline that I have done already, and I'm going to now put it together. I have chained 1 and I'm going to pick this up, and we are going to go into this space and then go into the back space, and there we are going to put it together that way with single crochet stitches. I actually had to go and cut my nails. I don't know how people work with long nails. If you see the previous part, I had long nails, but I cannot work with long nails. They are not for me. So going into here. All right, and there we go. And now I am going to chain 1, and we are going to single, I don't know if I should cut it and start on the inside, or if I should just move my yarn on the inside. There you go, so that we can see if this works. I don't want to cut it. There we go. So that we can continue with our skirt. So this is where our skirt starts. Okay, I'm going to go this side and just pull that way. All right, so now that I already chained 1, okay, 2, 3. Actually, we just need to do 1 row with half double crochets. So that was the chain 1 and the chain 1, and then we're going to half double crochet around. We're not going to start with doing the other crochet. So let's start with a half double crochet to give us a nice base. So half double crochet, you go under and over and through, and then under and over and through. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm gonna go to the side, and then we go to the middle, and then we go to the middle, and we go to the middle. So I'm just gonna be going into the middle of each row. So you can see this is the top part, and then we fall into the bridge, and then the top part, and then we fall into the bridge. So we are going to do a half double crochet going all the way around our waist, and then we meet on the other side. So you can pause the video here to see. Sometimes I forget and I do single crochets, to see how it looks, and then we are going to continue with the next row together. I went around, and this is where I am now. I am going to slip stitch with the first stitch, and then I'm going to do a double crochet by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do another double crochet in the same space, and another double crochet in the same space, and we are going to move into the next space. So we're not going to go into this double crochet, we're not going to go into this one, we're going to go into the third, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we do the same thing again. We count 1, 2, and then in the third we do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then we continue that way with the row. So 1, 2, and then in the third we do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. We don't chain, remember, we just go into the next third chain with our 3 double crochets. 3, and then I'm going to continue. This is where you can pause to see how I have been doing the double crochets. 1, 2, and then the 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so I'm going to continue. This is how it looks. I'm gonna go around, and then we will meet here, so you can pause the video. we have reached the end of the row, and we are going to put this together to go to the next row. So I'm going to slip stitch. There was 2 rows left. Even if there's 3, don't worry about it. I'm going to slip stitch, and then I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3, and then I am going to go into the next row. Now you can either do that, or you can go into the same row and chain a double crochet and chain another double crochet. Still looks the same. Or you can do as I do and go into the next space. This is going to count as the 3rd double crochet for the next row when we meet there. And I'm going to do 3 in that open space, and then I'm moving into the next space with a double crochet. This is so easy, very easy. And then we move into the next space. There goes my yarn. So there's the next space, and then double crochet in the next space. So I'm showing you this last one before I show you how to merge them together at the end, if you've decided to do it the same way that I did. So that's how it looks for the next row. We have reached the end, and I'm going to crochet 2 in this space and then slip stitch, because remember we have this 3rd one, so that counts as our first. So there. Now we are going to do an increase in this row, because I just needed to go out a little bit. For now we're going to increase in this row. So I've already chained 1, 2, 3, and then we are going to go in the same space, chain a double crochet, and then chain another double crochet. Now we're going to move into the next space and chain 3 double crochets. The next space, 3 double crochets. I want to increase a bit on the sides, not at the back yet. So we don't want it to be too tight. We don't want the skirt to be too tight, because then it's gonna pull on the pattern, you know. It's not gonna look nice. So 3, and this space we're going to crochet a little bit before we increase. Don't worry if the waist looks a little bit small. It's because of the pattern on the waist. It stretches a bit. So, okay, I can see that we are halfway. So I am going to do a 3 double crochet, 2, 3, and then in the same space I'm going to put in another 3. I'm just going to chain 1 just so that there's a little bit of space there. 1, 2, 3 before I move on to my next space, and I'm going to continue until the other side of the half, and then I'm going to increase here. So by increase I mean I'm going to do the same thing I did here by doing 6 in 1, so 3 space 3, and then this side I'm going to do the same thing here. So that is the end of this row. In the next row there's already 3 here, so we're just going to slip stitch 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd stitch of the first double crochet, and then I'm going to chain 1, 2, 3 and move into the next space. This row I'm not going to increase, but I'm going to increase in the next row. All right, so by not increasing, I mean you just do 3 double crochets in each row. So there we go. So in this row I'm just going to do 3 double crochets in each, and then in the next row I'm going to increase by putting in 6 which is 3 space, 3 space, 3 space in the corner still. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I'm going to increase on this row, and then after that, so this row was not an increase. I'm going to increase on this row, and then after that we are going to just go ahead and make the length of our skirt by crocheting more rows to the length that we want, and I will tell you how many I have done and that I was happy with. So yeah, let's go ahead. In the next one we're going to increase. So by increase I mean you do 2 2 double crochets in 1, clusters of double crochets in 1, and then no increase, you're just going to go over it. So now I'm going to increase here, and then I'm not going to increase until further. I'll let you know how many I have done for the skirt. All right, so this is how it looks. I have made, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 rows so far. And then I'm going to tie off here, and we're going to start the slit. Okay, so I cut it off, and then we are going to do a slit. I want the slit to be on my left side. So this is how the skirt is going to fit on me. So this is the left side. So I'm going to do the slit over here. I'm going to start by tying here. I'm going to tie here. Okay. And then we are going to do a double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to go to the other row, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets and continue that way. Just gonna have a look at that. Actually we need to do 3 in here, actually, sorry. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the space, and then I'm going to go into the next space and do 3 double crochets. So I'm going to go around until I have 1, 2, 3, and then when I come this side, then I'm going to leave this one cluster of double crochet, and then we're going to turn back. So go around and let's meet here. All right, so we have reached the end for now. We are going to turn around. I've chained 1, and then I'm turning around, and then I'm chaining 2 more, 1, 2, so it makes it 3, and then we go into this space, this open space here. That's where we are going to continue to. This is how it looks. Let's see. All right, so we are going to go all the way around, and I will meet you on the other side, and then I'm gonna show you what you need to do when you reach this side when you come back. So we have done 3 double crochets. So that's how it looks. This is towards the other end. So I have done the 3 clusters in here, and now I am going to do 1 double crochet in here, and then chain 1, and then I go back. So you can see the space in there for the 3. So I'm going to put in, so I'm going to say 1, 2, and then go in here for the 3. See, that's how it looks. And then I'm going to go back and do the 3 clusters. So when I reach this side, you can see there's 1 remaining, so obviously I'm going to be going around, and then I'm going to come back here. You can see there's 3 in here, so this is a hole. So I'm going to put 1, 2, and then I'm going to do the 1 double crochet here. So you see, like the way that I did it this side, where I did 1 double crochet here, this is what I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to do the 3rd here, then turn around and then do the 1 here. So I'm going to do this one more time. Sorry, there's an aircraft passing by. I'm going to do this one more time on the side and then finish off my skirt so that we can start with the flowers. This is the end of the other side, and I'm going to show you how to turn. So you can see we need 3 double crochets. So I'm going to say 1, 2, and then the 3rd I'm going to put it on top of the 1 double crochet so that it looks like this. And then I'm going to chain 1. We're going back now. 2, 3. We already have 3. Now I'm going to go into this space and do 3 double crochets. So if you get confused, please go back to see how I did it. It applies when you come from either side. So I'm just going to add a few more rows to my skirt. You can make it the length that you want, and I will write to let you guys know how many rows I did for this for the skirt for this size. So let's see, just gonna do that. You can see this is where the slit is, and I'm going to add a few rows. So just gonna put it like that. That's the back. So yeah, this is how my skirt looks. All right. I am going to leave it at this length. So beyond that, I have added 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have added 9. If you want me to show you in centimeters, you can just do this. That is but 35 centimeters. So we are going to do the edge quickly, and once we've done the edge, then we're going to quickly do the flower. If I'm too fast, please feel free to slow down the speed so that you can catch up. But yeah, with the let's do this with the edging. We are going to use just single crochets going all the way around. So this was the end. Now I'm just going to single crochet all the way around until we come back here. So I'm single crocheting all the way around. Try to get in between the yarn instead of just going inside the yarn. That's what I like to do, but if you want to go inside the yarn, that's totally fine with me. You can do that if you're happy with it. But yeah, this is how it looks. So I'm going to go around with single stitch crochet, and then we are going to start with the flower. I wanted to do the flower in another video, but I'm just thinking, why not edit here, because I don't think this video is going to be too long. So here's the corner now. I'm just going to add one more here and then go here. All right, so I'm going to finish this off, and then I will see you when we start with our flower and finish the skirt. So that is how it looks. Hi everyone, so okay, this is how it looks. Let's get straight to the flower part. So I'm just gonna move this a little bit closer so that you can see. All right, so to make the flower, we are going to, sorry, I'm just using this pieces of yarn. It's the same brand. Let's go underneath and bring it out. So if you learn to do this flower, you can do the bra as well. So I'm gonna do the bra in another video. So I've done that. That counts as chain 1. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 single stitches. Then we go back into the first chain and we do a double crochet. So now that means that there's 2 double crochets. I need to make 12 all in all. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just make sure to pull that so that it doesn't come out. 8, 9, and 10. 11, pull that in. Gosh, it's because I'm using this. And 12. All right, so I'm going to slip stitch now in the third chain. 1, 2, 3. That's the top of the first double crochet chain, and then I slip stitch. Now I'm going to cut this off, and we're going to join our second color, which are the petals of the flower. Now I'm gonna use a little bit of a different pink, so you can use yarn that you have somewhere. Going to use the pink. I think even white flowers would have looked very nice if the pink was this. Okay, so you can see this. We are going to go into this first where we ended this, and we're going to pull this, and I'm gonna tie it. All right, so once I've tied, I have done my circle, and then I tied the petals color on the first crochet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath, and then I'm going to chain 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going back with single stitches into the next space. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want to have 5 because we chained 6. 5, and then I'm going to slip stitch in the same space. So slip stitch, you go under and you pull through, and then you pull through there. Now I'm going to do a single crochet in the next space, but I want to go in the back of the two so that this one is by itself. So I'm going to single crochet, then I go into the next space with a single crochet and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I slip stitch in the same space, slip stitch, and then I move on to the next space with a single crochet, that is the back loops, single crochet, and then I move into the next space with a single crochet as the base for the petal. This is the last time I do this. If you're a bit confused, please go back and watch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 single crochets, and then in the same space we slip stitch, and then in the next space it's a single crochet, and then we go in the next space and it's a single crochet as the base, and then we continue that way. We have done the flower. We are at the beginning where we started, so I am going to now go into this first bottom chain with a single crochet. So we're going to go that way and we go single crochet, and then the next space we go into half double crochet, half double crochet. We're going up the leaf now, half double crochet, and then we are going to do double crochet in the next space, another double crochet in the next space, and then we are going to do 4 double crochets in the next space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go into on the other side, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the top space here. So that is 1, 2, 3. Sorry, let's go into that space. Little tricky. 3, and then we are going down now with double crochet in the next space, 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet in the next space, and then we are going to do a half double crochet like we did on the other side. Half double crochet, you go through both, and then we do a single crochet, and then in that middle space with 1 chain we are going to slip stitch in there, slip stitch, and then we go to the next petal and we do a single crochet at the bottom there. That's single crochet, and then we go half double crochet in the next space, half double crochet, and then we go a double crochet in the next space, another double crochet in the next space, and then we're going to do the 4 double crochets in this space. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we are going to go into the next space which is on the other side, and we're going to do 3. Okay, so 3 double crochets, 1, 2 and 3. You see now the end. 3, and then 1 double crochet in the next space. I'm just going to try to hide the yarn, and then 1 double crochet in the next space, and then a half double crochet in this space, half double crochet, and then a single crochet in the last space. And then of course we go to the bottom and we do a slip stitch right at the bottom, and then we go to, this is how it looks now, the next petal. I'm just going to start the next petal, then you can go back if you're still confused and look at how I did the second petal. So I'm going to go in this space and I'm going to do a single crochet, and then the next space is a half double crochet, and then it's there, single crochets of course, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then 4 single crochets on the one side. And then of course you're gonna go around. After you do the single crochets, 3 single crochets in here, you're going to go single crochet, half double crochet, and you're gonna do half double crochets, 3 half double crochets, and then the double crochet, half double crochet, and a single stitch. So that's how you're going to do the flower. There is the flower, and I am going to slip stitch under that petal, slip stitch, and then just gonna chain. Alright, so that's how our flower looks. I like to go to the back and just hook this so I can tie it and it doesn't come undone. So I like to just go to at the back and just do that and pull through so that it doesn't come undone, and there you have it. So now you just need to sew your flowers onto the dress. You can make as many as you like, obviously not too many. Not too many flowers. So this is where you're going to need, I've used different types of pinks. This is where you're going to need the sewing needle. I'm gonna make a few more flowers, but I want to show you how to sew the flowers on. So I'm going to put these here. Just place your flowers where you want them, and then we are going to, let me look for a hook, if I can find a hook. So I have my hook and the crochet yarn. So I'm going to start from the inside. You're just gonna bring it out, and then you can use your needle. Oh, it almost came out. And then you can go through here, or you can go in between the lines. I like to just go in just under there, and then you don't have to make them so close. So that's how you sew on your flower power. All right, it's gonna come out here, and yeah, that's how you're going to go around. Just make sure the petals are sitting nicely, they're not too stretched, the leaves are not too far apart, and yeah, just take your time putting the flower together. Okay, so I'm going to put on all my flowers, and that's how your skirt is going to look.